painting in oil paints probably with some regularity since 2004, but before that I always drew and created since youth. It's a way of entertaining myself, entertaining my friends, and that's how I got into it. But it keeps on growing and changing, and that's the nice thing about anything creative is that you're not producing the same work over and over again. It's always changing, always growing. There's always something new to look forward to, a new challenge, something fun. I think I paint just about everything. Some artists may have a theme or a look to their work or have some particular interest, but I don't. I think I find everything interesting. I don't care what it is. I mean, I can find something like sneakers or spaghetti or eggs, whatever it might be, but I also do a lot of landscape, do portraits, anything visual. I've always been a visual person, so anything visual I find interesting, and I'm willing to give it a shot and see what happens, and it's more interesting that way, I think, if you're producing work that's always new, something different. Everybody's going to have a different approach to how to produce a painting, but I think probably if you're looking for realistic work or representational work, way to view it is don't look at the object, but just simply look for shapes and colors and all those elements that in the end do create an object. Because what happens if you try to paint an object, if I say I'm going to paint a tree, I'm going to get a cliche. But if I look at a tree, I'm going to see lots of shadows and like sparkles of light off, the wet leaves, that type of thing, which you don't typically think of as a tree. But those are the things that make a tree truly convincing in a painting. So it is the idea of looking at the abstract portions of an object to create the actual finished object. Some people are more idea-oriented with their paintings. My paintings are pretty obvious. I mean, there's nothing mysterious about what I do. There's no great philosophical statement. There's no underlying tones or objectives. It is what it is. A lot of people will buy a painting not because it's a good piece of art, but because they identify with it. They've been to that place, or they've had a good memory of something similar to that. So that's one reason why people might like a piece. Other times, some of these other things are kind of entertaining, just visually entertaining. They're different. We go to the beach as a family. I enjoy the beach. Everybody likes the beach. I mean, that's why, beach houses cost 4 times what a house inland does. So, that was one positive. And then the other thing is I wanted to make certain that got the scale of the beach. In other words, and how I achieved that, or hoped to achieve it, was by making the sky 60% of the painting. So even though it's a beach painting, it really is a sky painting, if that makes sense, And I've done several paintings on the same theme of the beach, and they all have large, expansive sky, because that gives you a scale then. It makes the people tiny, which, of course they are, and if you look at the whole scene. So that was the sort of the plan behind it. Try to a lot of paintings that are a little bigger, they take more time. I try to have some idea ahead of time of a goal to accomplish, and that was one of the goals there, was to make the sky a dominant feature. The other thing I would suggest would be that people take a little more time with visual arts, but I know people are busy and they have interests. But if you see an original piece of art, view it differently than you would see a poster, or view it differently than you'd see a commercial piece, a printed piece that you find in your typical department store, because the artist has put a lot of effort into it, and just maybe take a little more time with it, because I know everybody can't afford to buy original art, but at least you can take a little bit of time, maybe look at it and just try to figure out how it was accomplished. But sometimes I look at work and I'm baffled as to how the artist actually created it from that mechanical point of view. So.
For more from Mosaic, please like and subscribe to the channel or check out another video. To help support this project, please visit witf.org/mosaic.